hey, so I just wanted to spend some more time outside. It's nice and sunny, and I'm trying to get into nature a little bit more. So I thought, why not do some work out here? And I needed to make some videos. So here we go. So what I wanted to talk about was, while searching for a business to buy, a private business, I have really two options, I think. One is you go down the broker's path, or the other is you go and try to get your own deal flow yourself. So like cold outreach and things like that. So I'm going to talk about those two different directions you can go, because I've done both of them now for quite a while. So I sort of summarize it a little bit like this. It's kind of like dating, actually. So a broker is kind of like a dating app, and cold outreach is just like going up to a girl at a bar or at a park or at a cafe or whatever. So there's good things and bad things about both. So the broker, for example, and why it's a little bit like the dating apps is because with the broker, the seller has already jumped through a big hoop, which is they've decided they want to sell the business. And that's the big problem with like cold outreach, and you're just going to businesses that you think you might be interested in. But like, okay, so I've done this a few times now already, where I found a business that was in the area that I wanted, in a niche that I wanted. It looked about the right size that I wanted based on my Googling of it and the website and stuff like that. I contact them and I just say, hey, look, I'm just really impressed with your business. And if you've ever thought about selling it, I'd be really interested to talk to you more about that. And although they normally say, well, like, amazing, thanks for like reaching out, and it's cool that like you think we're a good business, but we have no interest in selling. So, I've done all this work and thinking about this business, and it was like, there was no point. But I still go home and record this information, because who knows, if I follow up with them in 6 months' time, maybe they're having a bad time and having a bad day, and maybe they're entertaining the thought of selling their business. So planting that seed might pay off in the future. So I'm still doing it and still recording that information. But if I wanted to get started, like buying a business soon, like in the next 6 months, for example, I'm going to have to go to brokers. And that's because the seller is already motivated to sell. And that's just such a big step they've already made. So, and why I made that comparison to like the dating apps is the same kind of thing. Like if you're on Tinder or Bumble or Hinge or Hatch, or can't quite remember what it's called. The person on the other end is, you're making the assumption, well, it's a pretty good assumption, that they're single and actively searching to meet somebody, rather than just going up to a girl in a cafe. And I've totally forgotten what I would say, but let's imagine you're talking to a girl at a cafe and you ask for her number and you'd ask her, meet her again, and she says she's married, has a boyfriend, leaving the country tomorrow, whatever it is. There's a lot of reasons why that can get like not go anywhere very quickly, but at least on the dating apps, you both have a similar intention, which is you'd like to meet somebody. So I see brokers as kind of similar to the dating apps. And yeah, I think they're very necessary, especially if you want to get moving and make that first acquisition, just like I am. So I think playing both is the way to go. You use brokers, you use that as a deal flow source, and then you do your own cold outreach as well, as it's sort of opportunistic. So you meet people in networking events, you tell them what you're doing. You never know what might come from that, so you don't stop. I still do research on just Google Maps. I'll do an example of exactly how I do my research for using Google Maps in another video, but I think you've got to do both, and brokers for the short term is probably the way to go. Another thing I get asked a lot is, do I still invest in the stock market? And well, yes, I do. All my savings are essentially in the stock market, in my investing account, which is Interactive Brokers. There's a link in the description for that. Definitely the safest broker out there. And yeah, that's what I entrust with my savings. So still definitely part of my investment play is the public markets world, but I'm really focusing heavily on the private market space at the moment. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this on location video today. I'll make some more while I'm here, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.